And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. It's the coach.
And the AD.
All on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday right here in the Sound Garden on the campus of Coach's Corner, presented by Coach's Corner, and, of course, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Well, that was take two. Got to hit the go live button. So, once again, he says, well, that's good, Coach. We had a little warm-up. But this man last night, forget about it. He had a man with no head on, over 30,000 steps yesterday in his life. It's game day. It was game day at Calvary Day School. It was game day at Richmond Hill High School. It was game day at Effingham County High School. So, I mean, you feeling better today?
Yeah, I mean, once the game gets started, everything kind of manages itself. It's the lead up and then, the breakdown of everything. And that's why I'm really looking forward to speaking to some of our guests this morning about logistics.
Oh, there's a lot of logistics.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And also, already we'll talk to Richmond Hill and Effingham this week to see how theirs went. And, all of us are trying to collaborate. Hey, what worked, what didn't work. But a great crowd last night. A lot of hand sanitizer, mask, temperature checks. But everybody had smiles on. Everybody was happy to be back. And great opportunity. Happy for our kids to get to play. And that's the main thing, Karl, more than anything else, is they got to put the pads on and got out there. And, that was big for Georgia High School as well, I think.
I mean, it was exciting to be out there. Let's set the lineup quick for what's going on the Coach and AD show today. Okay, open up. We're going to introduce we're going to go three off the top. We have three out the door. We're going to go three off the top. We're going to break it down into three sections. We'll go high school, college, and pro. Okay, and then we're going to get to our second guest. This girl has football in her blood, okay? And she was just hired by Savannah State July 1st. Savannah State now has a director of football operations. Her name is Savannah Hochman. Hockman, New Hempstead head football coach, daughter, grew up with football. I mean, you got to love it. And now she's running the show over at Savannah State.
Yeah, I mean, that's exciting. I mean, really interested to talk to her about her internship at Wake Forest. But one, you know it is, man.
Oh, yeah.
You grow up in it.
It's in your blood.
Grow up in it. It's in your blood. And, we're going to talk a little logistics of what that looks like on a game day for her, and then the overall aspects of what it means to run a football operations, man. It's going to be big. And
she's got a lot of experience in it. But on the other side, we're going to tease this one. She was an outstanding high school, college athlete, which we'll tell you when we come back with her. Second quarter, roughly about 9:30, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This young lady committed to the University of North Carolina way back at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. And knock on wood, she's got her senior season started. She plays softball at South Effingham High School. She's an all-world, all-traveling softball player. Hey, what more do you want? It's in her family, too. Alex Brown out of South Effingham High School, Lady Mustang. Kevin Brown, 20 or more years, the baseball coach, the AD at Groves. Now he's at Woodville Tompkins. Her brother, Casey Brown, outstanding baseball player at South Effingham, played at South Georgia and at Georgia College. So, once again, another kid with a lot of sports in their blood.
Yeah, I mean, you just see the progress. You get people that it seems like, especially younger siblings, just because they've grown up in it, whether it was mom, dad, the older siblings have been in it. We notice that a lot when we talk to our guests lately.
Yep.
They might be second or third generation of siblings in there, and I'm just following my older brother, my older sister. I'll try to stay up with them the whole time. And so looking forward to that as well.
And then the last segment, before we go three out the door, so we're three off the top, three out the door. Okay, we'll have the new Calvary Day School head lacrosse coach. It's simply amazing, okay? You go to Savannah Christian football, you got a Cavalier running the Raider program. Now we're going to talk about lacrosse at Calvary Day School. We got a Raider running the Cavalier program. So Cavalier running the Raider football program, a Raider running the Calvary Day School lacrosse program. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Tell me about that. But
I just thought it was ironic. And
It's kind of crazy. And you look around, you can look through the whole Savannah area. I mean, it's a cradle of coaches between a lot of our schools.
A lot of our schools,
yeah.
Public, private. I mean, they're all over the place. And, just the rivalry when those kids are in high school. Baker Woodward, we're talking about the Savannah Christian head football coach, Cavalier quarterback. And then you take, help me out, Burnham Smith. Okay, Burnham Smith. Excellent lacrosse player at Savannah Christian. Went on to college. When he was there, it was club lacrosse, but he played for Low Country Lacrosse. Great store right there on off of Waters Avenue, Lolax, and they got a lot of stuff going there. So plug for you, Christian Harris. Once again, we're excited about that. And then we'll take 3 steps out the door. It's this time his chance to grill me. I grilled him last week on sports trivia. The man knew his stuff. He even knew what color underwear umpires wear. That was a guess.
Well, I mean, I was like more of a hopefully common sense answer. I was hoping.
All right, so let's go 3 off the top. High school sports, okay? Georgia High School State Association has announced again.
Yeah, so they, we talked last week. I was honestly a little concerned because the email was so cryptic.
Yes.
About, things are fluid. They could change.
Not encrypted because we can read through it.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, it's like, man, what's going to happen? And then numbers have started to tick down in a lot of areas around state. And Dr. Hines, like, listen, he's been saying the whole time, if Arizona State can play, we'll let them play. If not, hey, that's up to them. But so they came out and said, hey, let's go forward with it. Games can start September 4th. Now, that still means we're 2 weeks away now. I mean, and anything can change in 2 weeks. But I feel a whole lot better today than I did a week ago with that. So super excited about getting that started. And all those scrimmages we had last night around the area too with Richmond Hill, doing theirs in Effingham.
So a lot going on. Okay, I'm going to go to we're going to stay right here, high school sports. Yep. And I know Chad and I, me being the AD over at Islands High School, him being the AD over at Calvary. I mean, they sent Georgia High School sends down these plans. Okay, action plan, pre-screen identified, patient risk, concerns.
Yep.
I haven't, we're going to get together with the district athletic directors this week with volleyball and softball, and we'll do football because public schools aren't starting until October 1st with football. How much did this go into your plan, the Georgia High School plan?
It's well, for us, it's daily. So whether it's the temperature checks or screenings, and one where we've landed as a school is like, hey, if they come to school, so we're doing 2 things. Like they don't get in the door unless they pass them this stuff anyhow.
Right.
And then, but the biggest thing for us is like, how it is, man. You might feel really good at 9 o'clock that morning.
Right.
And
next thing at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, or throughout the day. And that's where, having one of our coaches this week. And so we ran the system, put the plan in place, and, that came out very well for us.
Allergies.
Yeah, allergies. But that's the thing. If you don't know and you don't try to follow something like this, and you don't have a protocol in place, so we do. We try it now. I mean, everything you got to be able to apply to how it works for your school or your school requirements.
Right.
And for us, wearing masks, you're able to take some of this out of it.
Right.
And so, I mean, listen, this is great just from a standpoint. It gives you a base work of, hey, this is what you can work off of. Because what you have, I mean, that's one thing I say Georgia House has done a good job through all this. They're giving you a base plan.
Right.
Hey, take this. If you don't have anything else, here's that minimum.
Right.
If you want to go above and beyond, hey, do it.
All right. So once again, and I'm going to say this right here. Your mask is helping you from passing it on to somebody else. If you want to see what happened last week at Benedictine, I mean, I'm an equal opportunity guy here. Last night at Calvary, which I went, and I told Chad I'm going to expand on this. I got goosebumps thinking about being on that field last night and, watching Coach Stroud up and down the sideline, yelling calls and blitzing and all, and his assistant coaches not yelling at the kids, yelling instructions, okay, or defense or offense. It was just, but if you want this to happen, and it happened at Richmond Hill and it happened at Effingham, okay, you got to wear your mask. Parents, I mean, I went trying to observe what you were doing because I'm going to have to do it when we start the games at the Savannah County Public School Island Stadium, okay? Parents, you got to wear your mask. There were some parents, and not a lot. You guys did a great job. It wasn't 100%. It was, it had to be like 99.9%. And then some of the kids walking around without their mask on. And I was standing with your wife and another school who didn't scrimmage last night. Their kids came in, and she said, put your mask on. So, if you want this stuff to happen, if you don't want to be stuck in the house, wear your mask.
Yeah, and we had our parent meeting the other night as well, and came in. We had one parent per player in the gym, social distance. But some of them didn't, but they had their mask on, and so I was just like, "Hey, this is what's going to happen. You're wearing your mask coming in on the games, no matter what venue it is." And I said, "Hey, are we all social distance?" They kind of looked around. I said, "But do you have your mask on?"
Right.
Yes, we do. I said, "All right, yeah, we're good to go right now." So now, when you start taking it off and walking around, that's when we're going to have an issue. And that's going to be the biggest thing. And kids feel like anything else, they're superhuman. not going to impact me, not going to have it. But that was the biggest thing last night is kids from outside
Right.
maybe not had to do
Off
it yet
campus, yeah.
off campus. So, but we'll get there, man.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
All right. All sports have started. We're playing volleyball. We're playing softball. Like I said, Chatham County Public Schools will start softball and volleyball September 1st. Private schools are already at it. Cross country is going to kick off. Private schools are at that too. So we'll have more scores and news, but we want to make this quick. All right. Week 1, big week. I'll post that on my website, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report and the Prep Sports Report. I mean, Burke County's coming to play Benedictine. We're not sure about Liberty County yet. Calvary's got to go up to Prince Avenue Christian. ECI is coming in.
Huge game right there.
Right. I mean, for you guys, it's a huge game. Yeah.
Huge game. Well, I'm talking about ECI.
Oh, ECI and Savannah Christian.
ECI is a big
coming into Pooler.
Yeah, coming into Pooler. They have a lot of. I mean, we played them last year in a region crossover and great game. We won last second field goal, but they got a sophomore class.
Oh yeah,
coming up there that is really good. And Baker with a senior leg quarterback. Pronounce it for me. I'll say Rochambeau. You tell me how it is.
Spencer Robichaud.
Sorry.
Robichaud. Hey, it took me 10
That's
times.
my bad.
Robichaud. I had to learn how to do it.
But that kid's special.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's going to be a great contrast of some veteran offensive experience over there at Christian and a young, aggressive defensive front maturing there for ECI.
I got a little announcement. I'm not sure if I can do it yet. I got to check with the boss, my wife. But I might be involved in that first week of Friday Night Football. I'm excited about it, okay? All right. Butler comes in and takes on Bryan County, new head coach out there. Savannah Country Day taking on Bullock Academy. Hey, even though Bullock Academy is in the Georgia Independent Schools Association, that's no slouch program over there.
No, it's not. It's been well run for a very long time, and they're taking a dip in the water with Georgia high school schools to see, hey, is this something we're thinking about coming in and playing in Georgia high school? And I'm telling you, there's plenty of, like we talked about, Christian's playing John Millage, and if you talk to Baker Woodward, he's like, man, there's a couple of games on my schedule that I'm definitely fearful, and that's one of them because they got a run back that's either committed to Kentucky or getting SEC offers, and there's some legit football played in that area. And then Richmond Hill at Camden County.
Right.
Man.
Richmond Hill just picked up that game, too. They picked up Camden County and Ware County. So we got a lot going on. Grovetown comes in to take Effingham County. John Paul plays St. Andrews, and Bethesda goes to Buford Academy. NCAA quickly, they voted to give the senior players another year eligibility because the Pac-10 and all these other big-time conferences closing down. So I don't know what that's going to do, but it's going to cause a lot of issues if you ask me.
Well, that's very interesting. So we're back. We bookend here. Spring athletes,
right?
Got that. Then you got the fall ones getting it. I don't know if it's because they're saying, hey, they're not going to play Division I championships.
Right.
But so who is going – my question is, who is going to pay for it? That's the biggest thing. If your conferences are not allowed to play sports and there's no revenue coming in, that you give it to them, that's fine, okay? But then if you start turning around and cutting sports, that's the issue. I'd rather you not give it to them and don't cut sports for the future, for the generations coming through that's going to impact. And, it's easy for me to sit here and say that thousands of miles away, but golly, man, that's just, good. I don't want any kid to lose their senior year. I lost mine, injury, but
it's horrible.
Man, you're bookending two things here unless you have, they have, award chest of money, but I don't think they have it for the amount of schools they got to deal with when saying this.
All right, so we did we're doing 3 steps off the top, and then we got 3 steps out the door. First step was Georgia high school and high school sports. We talked about. Second step, NCAA. They're going to allow seniors another year eligibility. Fans in the stands. This is what Georgia and Georgia Tech came out with this week. Georgia's going to allow 25,000 people, 25% of that beautiful stadium up in Sanford. Because Georgia Tech is smaller in the heart of downtown Atlanta, they're only going to let 11,000 fans in. So fan participation is going to be cut short. I think Georgia said no tailgating. What about the dog walk and the band and all that other stuff?
Yes, it's a great question. I know I read Georgia Southern stuff the other day about their tailgating area.
Yes,
and so my wife's in charge of student life at Calvary. We're going to have student tailgates. I sit there and screenshot. I'm like, hey, just saying, make sure if we're doing this, we're doing it spread out. But it is, there's not going to be a lot of norms, this coming fall.
All right, so that's college football, okay, or the second step college information we want to pass on. And the last one is pros, okay. Braves last night, well, I put the Bananas in the pros. We'll get the Bananas in, but the Braves last night, 11-2. Unbelievable. Marcella Osuna, okay, homered twice and drove in 4 runs, back-to-back by Travis Darnaud and Ozuna off of a very good pitcher, Mr. Noel. So Aaron Noel. But Max Fried, 4-0, baby. We have a pitcher that has stepped up. Max Fried, 4-0. Great job. I mean, that's the big issue with the Braves, if you ask me, is their pitching staff. Their starting pitch.
Well, I mean, they're with everything that's going on with their staff. I mean, and losing your ace to start with Soroka, Freeze stepped up. But man, what are we going to do? I mean, it is right now. It's just by committee. Mm-hmm. And so what I'm really interested in is what the Braves do at the trade deadline. If you're stocked with talent, I keep on hearing how stocked they are. Like, if you really want to get in this, man, like you're going to sustain it. We got to go get some starting pitching. Or kids got to step up. We're
running a little long in the first segment. We have our next guest. You're waiting for her. She's the new director of football operations at Savannah State. Little football in the blood, Savannah Hochman. She's waiting in our coach's corner waiting room. She'll be on in a couple of seconds. We're doing 3 steps off the top, like we have 3 steps out the door. So it's new to us. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. And I hate to just come here reading information to you. So we're going to give you a little opinion about what's going on. Okay, so we're at the pro level. Braves win. They'll play tonight at 7:10 in Atlanta. Tomorrow night, Sunday night baseball. The Braves will be on against the Phillies again. Pro football. Falcons doing the same thing. Mercedes-Benz Stadiums. Mr. Blank, right?
Arthur Blank, Home Depot.
Steps up, and he says, no fans, September, 2 home games. They're supposed to play the Seahawks on the 13th and the Bears, Chicago Bears, on the 27th. And we know September 13th, I'm excited about because DJ Dallas out of Glenn Academy, who we saw play his whole high school career here in Savannah against Benedictine, okay, and against other schools in this area. He'll be making his debut, so number 31. So, hey, September 13th, you turn it around, September 31. Yeah, there you go. So we won't be able to get into the and there's other teams following them, which you can see right there.
Yeah. So you got Tennessee Titans, New England Patriots followed the lead, except for Atlanta Falcons. Announced on Monday, all 3 teams will have no fans at home games at least through the month of September. And so we've had season tickets to Carolina Panthers for, I don't know, since they were at Clemson playing. And my dad was talking about that last Sunday. It's like they keep on putting them off about what games you're going to get. Are you going to get any games? Right. I don't know, man. I get it. I'd rather have football and no fans to start with than no football at all. And plenty of fans. Right.
All right, quickly, you got to do this. Savannah Bananas are in the Breakfast Bowl. 9-game series. The season is over. They lost the Southern Division Championship to the Macon Bacon 6-5. Now they revamped. They got a lot of local guys playing, minor league ball players, college ball players, some former high school players. Okay, they won the first game Thursday night, 10-0. They came back last night. They were down 3-1 going into the 8th inning, and they scored 9 runs in the 8th and 9th inning to beat the Macon Bacon.
They smoked the Bacon.
2 in a row. They fried them. Okay, 2 in a row. And I got to give Nico Bico what he does with the whiteboard. You see, when they're in Macon, the Coastal Plain League has their own internet station. So the Bananas can't film it. He can talk to you about it, and he brings out his whiteboard. Barry Aldridge came on, the general manager. Great job last night. They'll be back at historic Grayson Stadium tonight. I'll find out what the time it is. 6:30. 6:30 tonight against the Bacon in game number 3 to Macon Bacon. And I want to tell you this quick. Relief pitcher for the Bacon in that 8th inning, Ryan Klesko. Does everybody know that name? Do you know that name?
Yes.
Okay, Atlanta Braves World Championship outfielder. He had to come in and pitch one batter to get him out of that inning.
Amazing. What?
16-year Major League Baseball player, All-Star. Brave.
We get to see him a lot on the youth baseball circuit. All right, his son is 12 years old, so about the same as my son's, and we've seen him in some tournaments around. And the kid, he's going to be like his dad. He can swing that stick, let me tell you.
All right, so we're running late, so check that out. Pro Golf, Harmon is 9 under at the Wyndham Championship in Greensboro. He's 6 shots off the lead. Scottie Schiffler, who won the Savannah Championship in 2019. This kid's a 24-year-old Texan, a cowboy. He shot a 59 yesterday. So Hey, he had something to do in Savannah, too. The Corn Ferry Tour, the Savannah Championship, this kid won. Gene Sowers finished third at the, I'm going quick so we can get out of here.
Man, you're good.
At the Cedar Lodge, Buffalo Ridge PGA Championship Tour. He shot 8 under. He lost by 6 strokes, okay? 8 under and you still lose. Pretty. But he moved up 13 spots in the Charles Schwab Cup so he can get to the finals. And tonight, this is your baby, Tormenta Football Club. They're 1-3-2. They're in 9th place in that United States United Soccer League 1 division.
Yep.
They got a big game tonight up in Chattanooga.
Yeah, take on the Red Wolves once again, all right, for the second time this season. So up there coming off 3 losses. So not the depth of wins they had last season, but they're in every game. It's, when you look at 1-3-2, listen,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, they've tied a couple games. Their losses have been super close. And so they'll look to get on track back tonight with the Red Wolves and try and move up there.
All right, we're running a little late. Sorry, but this is what we're going to do every show, and we'll condense it. This is the first time we're doing it. So we'll take 3 steps off the top. Like we get out of here and we do 3 steps out the door, okay? We'll go with high school sports, college sports, and then pro sports in the area. Next up, the new director of football operations at Savannah State. She's got a lot of football in her blood. Football's been very, very good to her because of her father and her family. Kyle Hockman, the head coach over at New Hampstead High School, made that move, lives out here in Savannah. While she followed him down here, Savannah Hochman, she's got a lot of experience. You're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, and it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
We'll be right back.
All part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3 minutes, Savannah. We'll be right back. Gotta take care of the sponsors.
It's all sports all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dining, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston Butts ribs and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. Don't forget, Saturday night at Soundgarden, it's the Big Engine Band. Tickets are from $10 to $20, so get yours fast. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Coach and AD right here in the Sound Garden on the campus of Coach's Corner, presented by Coach's Corner. And remember, it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Okay, Alex, you're watching. We're running a little late, so hang in there. We'll get right to you. But, this next lady, next young woman, okay, has done unbelievable in her career. July 1st, Savannah State hired a director of football operations. Her resume is unbelievable, okay? So, she's been to Wake Forest. She ran the equipment room and some of the other places. Go ahead, help me out here because I'm going a little slow here.
Let's get her on.
Okay, we'll get her on because we're behind. We'll talk to her and tell you all about what she's done. The new director of football operations at Savannah State University, Coach Quinn, had a lot of great things to say about her. Joining us on the Coach's Corner internet stream hotline, not hot seat, is Savannah Hochman. Savannah, great to have you on.
Hey, guys. Thanks so much for having me on.
Hey, we ran a little long in our first segment, something new that we're going to try to do here, and I'll cut it down next time. But you've been waiting patiently in that waiting room. So once again, congratulations, Director of Football Operations at Savannah State University. Tell us about where you're from and how you got there.
Thank you so much. First thing I want to say is I'm fine sitting in the back room for 5 minutes, but that means you guys are talking about sports. I'm so happy that things are happening right now in the world because for a couple months I was sad. But yeah, so July 1st, I started as the Director of Football Operations at Savannah State. It's been a crazy month, but it's been awesome. I'm so blessed to be there. So back from where I'm from, Powder Springs, Georgia, I went to McEachern High School. I was a 3-sport athlete. I've been an athlete my whole entire life, played college volleyball for 2 years, and then had some injuries, made a life change, went to Kennesaw State University. And that's where I started working in the equipment room at Kennesaw State, which was a phenomenal experience. And then I started doing, assistant student operations coordinator. I was working in the Kennesaw State office, sitting right with the Director of Football Operations. We were having conversation. I was learning a lot from him. And then, got the really awesome opportunity to be an intern at Wake Forest University in Winston-Salem. I moved there a little over a year ago, so May 2019, by myself, didn't know anybody, just knew that this is what I wanted to do. So I was packing up and I was moving. So moved there, did that, worked for a year, was working in operations, was working in recruiting, also did equipment. So was doing a lot there, working a lot of hours, but working with some high-level people, Coach Clausen, the Director of Football Operations there, Jordan Jerry, they were awesome, really down-to-earth guys. And all the coaches around me were so great, so I learned a lot. And then, started having conversation with Coach Quinn, who's one of the greatest guys that I've worked with so far. And this kind of came about. So I decided, my dad lives on Tybee Island, New Hampstead, really easy decision for me to be by my parents. So yeah, that's how I ended up down here, and I'm really blessed to be in the position I'm in.
Sean Quinn this morning had a lot of great things to say. You're going to make his life easier. You're going to make my son's life easier. My son, Russell, is the quarterback's coach there, coordinator, and he was doing all the stuff that you were doing, that you're going to do now. And Coach Quinn said, you have the football in your blood. You have a lot of great experience, and he's happy to have you. And, I did try to do some research last night, and there's not many females in your position, okay? And he said it on the phone. He says, Coach, I didn't hire her because she was a female. I hired her because she's the best person for the job that we want. And that's what it should be. It shouldn't matter what sex you are, what color you are. It should matter who's the best person for the job. And I know you do that over at Calvary, and I try to hopefully I'll have some say over at Islands on that. But once again, he's happy to have you. He says, you're going to make his life a lot easier.
Well, that's my main goal as the Director of Football Operations. And I said this from the first staff meeting, first player meeting I got to say. My goal is to help the coaches be better coaches, help the players be better players. And I want to be able to help take care of everything off the field. Because most people, if you're not involved in the sports, or you don't have somebody that's in the college athletic department, you don't totally know about everything that's going on, the financial aid, the housing, the campus life, just everything that they have to deal with, the mental health, everything. And having somebody to be able to be there for Coach Quinn, all the other coaching staff, I'm a hustler. I've always been my entire life. And so when somebody gives me a task, I want to make sure I get it done, and I want to make sure I do it the correct way. Because at the end of the day, it makes everybody's life easier, and it helps me accomplish my goal to help them be better.
Well, looking back on it, I think
first of all, this is Calvary Day athletic director, soccer coach, you name it, the groundskeeper, the first aid trainer, the teacher, Chad Griffin. So you'll know a lot about him.
Great.
So my thing is, what I love and what I'm most interested about it is I was the same way. I played soccer in college, coached in college. I was a GA. I picked up and moved from Pembroke, North Carolina to Austin, Texas for 17 hours to go coach.
Right.
All right, so my biggest thing is now that you're in charge, what are some things, the pieces of the puzzle that you've taken from the places you've been and things you want to implement at Savannah State?
Yeah, that's a really great question, because over the last 3-4 years of my life, I have a document on my computer, and it says things I've learned at Kennesaw State. And it has 10 bullets of different things that I've learned where, hey, order the food that's supposed to be there at 11:30, order it at 11:15 because there's a high chance that it's going to be late. Or, making sure that everything you have paperwork, you have copies of everything in your backpacks, different things like that. Being prepared and organized, it makes things a lot easier. And then at Wake Forest, the amount of experience that, I was really, really hands-on. I was working directly with athletes, doing directly with both recruits and on-campus guys, and learning so much about how to interact with them, not only just as someone that is older, as a younger guy trying to get him to come to the school. So I got so much experience. And I keep that document, and I've already put some things on there from Savannah State about how I can be better. Because I've, like I said, I've been an athlete my whole life. So I've always continued to step up to that goal, if that makes sense. So yeah, I've learned a ton, and the small things are really the best things in my opinion.
And you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network from the Soundgarden in Coach's Corner. Okay, so I got Sean Quinn. I talked to Sean Quinn. I told you, he's happy to have you. He loves you. You're the best person for the job. It's going to make his life easier. I tried getting Dad. I dropped the ball on this one. So Dennis Knight wrote a great article in the Savannah Morning, right? It was Dennis Knight that wrote it?
Yes.
Wrote a great article in the Savannah Morning News. So I'm gonna quote him. He talked to your dad, and this is what your dad had to say. So people who haven't read the article, Savannah has always loved the intensity of football. She knows about the urgency of the game, the sweat, the grind you have to go through. So he has a picture of you and your brother, who is a redshirt quarterback at North Carolina State, holding hands with him with a clipboard. She understands that you need to do things the right way to be successful, and know that football is all about organization, organized chaos. He's proud of you, and he knows you're going to do a great job. And you know what? You grew up with a father that has a great reputation, great coaching career at McGeechan High School. And don't forget about your mom, too. Tell us how your family has impacted your choice to follow your father in this craziness of high school or college football.
Right. So, starting from my grandfather, my uncle, my cousins, everybody's involved in it in my family. But it's kind of hard for me to put into words about the way that my family has impacted my life. My mom is the coolest person ever, but she's pretty feisty too, and she's going to make sure that I get done what I need to get done.
A football coach's wife.
Yeah, she's a football coach's wife, and she's done podcasts about being a football coach's wife. And, she's the one we went to every single game growing up. I don't remember, maybe one Friday my entire life we didn't go to a game. And she was really supportive. She was the loud one in the stands. Oftentimes, the campus police knew where she was because she was screaming on the field.
Campus police.
And, she's awesome. She's she's definitely my favorite person. And then my dad, of course, he's intense on the field, and he's a great coach. And I've known that from the time I was young, from the time I first started going on the field with him. And then over the years, just growing a relationship with him, being able to be on the sideline and actually see the way he's been a father to me, and been at all my games, and just supported me through being a coach, but also being a dad. Because there's not a lot of people that have a dad who's the head football coach, who's the coach at, the man on campus. And I'm, playing volleyball for him. We ride to school together every day. And it was just a really unique experience. And I love football. I love my family more than anything. And last person, my brother, of course, he's waiting for his opportunity. And when he gets it, he's going to ball out and do awesome. But we're best friends. We have been from we were little. We're very alike. So we used to fight all the time, but he's the best, and we talk all the time. He's a grinder too. He works really hard, and I think both of us can say that that's from our parents, both my mom and my dad.
Hey, so I'm looking back through this, and also looking at your brothers who are playing collegiate football. I'm sure you're picking their brain about, hey, what is NC State doing, or what is Bowling Green doing, or what is that's got to be helpful because they're in it. They're the players that are in it. and they can say, hey, our guys are doing this, or our staff is doing this. And so you got such a great, wealth of knowledge surrounding you that you can pick up the phone or shoot a text and just pull that information in. And that's the whole thing. Being great does always mean like you're not reinventing the wheel. Like it's already been invented. So finding the things that works for you and apply it to your school. So it's got to be great to be able to pick knowledge up from different places.
Oh, it's so awesome. And my brother's a phenomenal athlete, and I'm sure you guys know through his whole career in high school, I got to go to Alabama, Auburn, NC State, UNC, Florida State. I got to go to so many different places and see the way that things are being run there. And right now, I can pick up the phone and call him at any point in time and be like, hey, Bale, what do they do with COVID testing? How are you guys running that? Like, what does it look like? And I did that last week. So it's awesome. And having my dad as the opposite side, it's just I have a really, wealth of people that are able to help me be better in my position, for sure.
All right. We got about 2 minutes to go here. Alex waiting patiently for us. So tell us something other than sports that Savannah Hochman is interested in, except, and of course, like your dad and mom hanging out on Tybee Island on the beach. Right.
That's definitely my favorite part about living down here. No, I'm just kidding. But being on the beach is definitely the top part. No, I'm actually, it's funny because there's not much. I play golf. I'm actually going this afternoon to play. So, I literally am doing sports all the time, but I like to paint. I do like to hang out on the beach. I like to color. I like to do different things that kind of relax my mind a little bit. As an athlete my whole life, I've always worked out. So right now I'm not on a crazy workout scheme, but I try to run and do that sort of stuff as often as I can. But yeah, sports is my whole life. So it's something that I'm used to doing all the time. But
we know that feeling.
Yeah. Hey, well, we're gonna let you go, but I'm gonna get your number for Karl, and I'm gonna come pick your brain about, because we always want to do the high school level, what collegiate stuff is doing. So hey, I'm gonna come pick your brain and see how things are being done at Savannah State and how we can better implement those in the high school as well.
That'd be so awesome, because there's definitely things that I could tell you at a high school level. This and this is going to help a lot. So that'd be so awesome. I look forward to it.
Awesome.
You telling Dad what to do?
No, of course not. I might give him some advice every once in a while, but no.
Savannah, I appreciate you. Congratulations. Have a lot of fun over there. Savannah State is on the rise. Sean Quinn and that coaching staff over there has done a great job building a relationship back with Savannah. So I think you're going to – Savannah. And I know I spelled your name wrong. I put an H at a couple of times at the end of it. So I apologize. At first I was spelling your father's name wrong, Hockman wrong too. So I have to correct that. But and we appreciate it. Go Tigers. Go Phoenix. Thanks for coming on.
Go Tigers. Nice seeing y'all.
Tell Dad I said hello.
Yes, sir.
Right there, you said the sports in her blood. Sports are in the blood. She's going to go play golf today. Outstanding college volleyball player from what we read, her insight. And, I'm excited. It's going to take a load off that coaching staff.
It does.
Don't you wish you had someone who could do that for you?
That is my job. That's my job.
How about an assistant?
I do. I got Hannah Hunter. Hannah Hunter is the communication behind athletics for us, and that takes a load off of me. But that's our job as administrators, is take the load off, let our coaches coach. We're here to be servant leaders, and anybody that's a director of football operations or whatever, you're doing all those things so the coaches can go coach and recruit and do things they need to do. So that's why I'm here, to go pick her brain and see what she's doing. So, Alex, we're there. I'm so excited talking about UNC. Go Tar Heels, baby.
Go Tar Heels. Go. Well, next up, she's waiting patiently in the Coach's Corner waiting room and on the internet, of course. She's phenomenal high school career, consecutive 3-time first-team All-Savannah News softball player, first-team All-Region, unbelievable. And she committed to play at UNC Chapel Hill next year after this year's over. She's no other than South Effingham starting shortstop, leadoff batter for the last 4 years, Alex Brown. Near and dear, and I'm going to tell you a quick story, and I'm not trying to embarrass her. I worked at Groves High School for her dad. I was the head football coach. She was the athletic director, and she was still crawling and walking, and she would come in the office. I step in the office, she start crying. I know I'm a New Yorker, but I'm not that scary, Alex. But anyway, going to talk to her about 3 minutes. We've got to thank our sponsor. It's the Coach and AD right here from Coach's Corner, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be right back with Alex Brown.
It's all sports all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dining, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. Don't forget, Saturday night in Soundgarden, it's the Big Engine Band. Tickets are from $10 to $20, so get yours fast. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's has got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too, every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Fuller at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Coach and the AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, heard every Saturday morning live from the Soundgarden on the campus of Coach's Corner. And remember, it's presented by Coach's Corner, and we are part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network with the Wednesday night show, Rubbin' and Grubbin' with Brandon Baines and Dan Foles. Great show about NASCAR. You want to join them every Wednesday night, 6 to 7. And then we come back on for our Wednesday night live update from 7 to about 7:30. But anyway, I mean, unbelievable kid. I've watched her grow up. I've been part of a family, close with her dad. And just to see her work her tail off, dedicated traveling softball player, dedicated high school softball player, and the younger girls are looking up to her like she first looked up to when she joined the South Effingham High School Mustangs ladies softball team. And I mean, just a phenomenal player. 3 years, well, it's 4 years now, leadoff hitter. She worked her way into the starting shortstop for the last 3 years. I mean, as a freshman, she batted .354. The next year as a sophomore, she batted .438. Last year, she batted .488. She's like 4-something this year already. Hey, what more can I say? Except I'm proud to have her on as this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from South Effingham High School. Joining us on the Coach's Corner hotline, Alex Brown. Alex, great to have you on.
Thank you for having me. And I'm not sure why I used to cry when I saw you.
She's not sure why she was crying when she saw us. So, but anyway, I mean, great career. And I know there has to be a lot of little uncertainty about if you're going to finish out the season. But I'm telling you right now, it's your senior year. Tell us when this all started. When did Dad put the bat in your hand?
Probably about 6 years old. But really, I've been between my brother, uncles, cousins, and of course my dad. I've always been around a baseball field. You know, he coached for a long time, so I kind of grew up around a baseball field or a softball field. I was always out there just playing with a baseball or softball. So
it's part of your life.
it is. I've always been around it.
And don't forget about Mom, because she had a big part of it too, Lynn Brown.
Absolutely. My mom is so supportive. She supports me with everything. And, you know, she'll go out there with me and, you know, for mental support, or just if I need her to throw me some ground balls or whatever, she's all for it. So all of my parents, like both my parents, my whole family has always supported me through everything.
Well, Alex, we've been talking to all of our student athletes that are coming on here that's committed to schools. Talk about what it was like, you know, especially last spring and being recruited during the COVID era. We're asking all the student athletes this because it had to be just different, you know. And so just talk about the recruiting process for you in general. What was that like? 2, how did that end up when COVID hit? And 3, talk to us about why you chose the greatest university in the world to go play softball at.
For sure. So I got actually really lucky because you can start talking to D1 coaches of September 1st of your junior year. So I've been waiting since my freshman year. So that was before COVID hit, and so I got recruited throughout. You know, I went on a couple of visits throughout September to about November, and I went on. UNC was my very first visit in late September, and I committed in late December. So I got really lucky to be recruited throughout that whole summer, and a bunch of coaches came to watch, and it was just, you know, a bunch of coaches were there, and a bunch of my friends now have been kind of caught up in everything that's going on with COVID, and you know, not a lot of coaches can come watch. You're kind of having to be recruited online and through videos and everything. So I got really lucky personally, having coaches come to watch me. And I know it's really hard right now trying to be recruited, but you know, UNC, I went to a camp there at the beginning of my sophomore year, and you know, just kind of kept in touch as much as I could. I would send them my travel ball schedule, and they would come to watch as much as they could. And so they came and watched me throughout the summer before my junior year, and then you know, we started talking on September 1st, asked me to come for a visit, and I fell in love with the place. Everything about it, from academics, softball program, the coaches, just the atmosphere. I love everything about it. I'm super excited to get up there next year.
I mean, the campus is unbelievable. I had the pleasure of taking my girls' basketball team up there from Jenkins High School way back when, before I got to Groves with your dad. It's just a beautiful campus. My daughter fell in love with it when she visited, but I told her it was either in-state, Georgia, I can help you, or the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. But she loves UGA now, but I know the feeling about Chapel Hill. So to go on your sports, I guess your sports, what am I looking for? Characteristics, okay, or talents. That's what I'm looking for. You're the leadoff hitter. You set the table. You could steal bases. And I mean, I got to watch a video. She hit a rope over the center field fence. They wound up losing, but I'm telling you, her father would tell you too, it went about 250 feet. So if I had to talk to your new coach now, Coach Evans, but if I had to talk to Chucky Smith, come on, Alex, you can do it, man. Come on, babe. Come on, man. But if I had to talk to your coaches and your traveling coaches, what would they tell me your best skill is as far as softball goes?
Yeah, like you said, I've been a leadoff batter for a while now. So I think if you were talking to my coaches, they would probably say, you know, being able to kind of set the table for when we lead off, and you know, just trying to get base runners on. I've been slapping since about 6th grade. So if I had to pick a certain skill, I'd say slapping would be one of my stronger suits, just because I've done it for a long time. And there's a lot of different things I can do with it. I can, you know, hit a ground ball, get on base, or power slap. So they'd probably say slapping would be, you know, one of my.
Hold. Do you get more excitement out of a slap hit or that shot that went over the center field fence?
I mean, the home run was definitely amazing. I will say that. But, you know, I do like that. I get a rush from hitting on the ground and just being able to beat it out, and they can't throw me out. There's something to be said for that, too. So
I know I'm only trying to make it a little harder on you, but I know you. I mean, you're a slap hitter. I know when we played you last year, I was worried about you. I told you, Dad, I was going to intentionally walk you 4 times in a row, but besides me falling down, I couldn't do that either. So, but anyway, Coach.
Oh, so talk to the people. You know, my wife plays softball in college. She coached in college and plays South Hamilton a lot. To the novice people who are just listening, tell them the difference between stepping in plate and just being a regular hitter than being a slap hitter. Let them know about what is the difference with that and why is that so important, especially if you got speed like you. What does that mean for softball?
Yeah, so physically, like, the difference is when you step in, just hit, like, think of a righty swing, you're just stepping in, swinging, and, you know, slapping, you have your feet kind of moving through the box so that, you know, if you're on the left side of the plate, you're already a step closer to first base. So, you know, you do a little crossover when you hit, and that is because, you know, when you're fast, if you're younger, usually they switch you over to the left side. So, like I said, you're closer to first base, and if you hit a ground ball, you can try to beat it out. So that's really like the first step of slapping is just kind of, you know, you can slap bunt. If you're really fast, you know, it'll help you get a couple more hits with that. And then you can learn and grow from there, from slapping to hitting to slap bunt. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. So I think it's really good for people who are young and fast to, you know, switch them around to that left side.
I mean, it's a special talent, and you got that. And that's probably one of the reasons why North Carolina was happy to see you commit there. You're watching the Coach NAD on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. We're talking to senior softball player from South Effingham High School, Alex Brown, who just committed, or she committed way back in December to play at the University of North Carolina. Now, you know, a lot of people don't know that you play other sports, okay? And you've been to the state track meet in the 200, the 100, the high jump, okay? I mean, this is a stupid question, but I'm going to ask it. There is no stupid question. But if you had to choose between softball and track, what's your choice and why?
Definitely, that's a no-brainer. Of course, softball, but I will say track. Track is definitely. I've fallen in love with it too. I started in 8th grade, and I really started just to get in shape for softball and to make myself stronger, faster. And then, you know, I didn't really expect to really love it. And as I've been, you know, running and jumping throughout the years, like, I've fallen in love with it too. But softball will always have my heart from the beginning.
And before she answers that question, she holds the school record for the 200-meter. Let's see here, only in 26.3 seconds.
Yeah, it's way faster than anything I could ever do.
It'd probably take me 5 minutes to do that.
It could. Hey, Alex, talk about how important, you know, in today's sports and everything, travel sports are important. Recruiting aspect, like you said, you know, is really done during the summertime with college coaches and the travel. So talk about your team, Georgia Power Gold, and your experiences playing travel softball and maybe some places it's taken you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started playing for Georgia Power when I was 15. So right before the summer before my junior year, usually I could play 16U, but I decided to go up to 18U ball and, you know, just push myself with that. And it's the best decision I could have ever made for myself. Playing with a lot of girls that had already graduated that year and who already committed, like, really helped me, you know, elevate my game and push myself. And plus the organization and the coaches, you know, I've played for Coach Jose Tunion for Georgia Power on the 18U. And then this past year I played for Roddy and Worley. And it was just, you know, Georgia Power is a great organization, and they've helped me get committed, get exposure, and, you know, I'm super thankful for that. So it's the best decision I could have made for myself.
And you talked about your mom, you talked about your dad, but there's another guy that has influenced you a lot, has been your inspiration. I think his name is Casey Brown. Tell us about your relationship with your brother, who's been an outstanding athlete, outstanding baseball player. What does Casey Brown have meant to Alex Brown?
Yeah, so Casey, you know, we may fight and, you know, like siblings do, but I really do look up to him, and I've been able to watch him, you know, grow, and just his experience as an athlete and just going through college. And we always have talks, and he'll give me advice on everything. And I know he's the guy that I can go and talk to, and I have questions about anything, you know, sports related or not. He's the person I go to, and he's somebody that I look up to.
Alex, talking about, you know, last thing here for me is, hey, you're a senior, and it's, you came on and saw a lot of time as a freshman coming in. Now that role is reversed. Now you're that leader of the team, and you got a lot of young girls coming up. So what advice and how are you helping develop this young South Effingham team for this year? One, I know that everybody's just so grateful to play during this COVID era, but how are you also on top of that turning around and helping develop these young kids to keep the South Effingham program going in the direction it's gone for so many years now?
Well, South Effingham for sure has a legacy, and, when I first got here as a freshman, I had one senior, but my sophomore year we had a lot of seniors to help guide me. And so now that I'm a senior, it's kind of surreal that I can turn around and help these young girls as well, because we have a lot of freshmen on our team. We're a very young team, but that's where I think I can step in and help these girls grow, and I can teach them things that I know and that I've learned throughout the years. So I can it's kind of flipped, like you said. I can kind of teach these girls what I've learned and give back like the seniors did to me and taught me everything.
Yeah, I mean, you've been part of that South Effingham High School environment, culture for the last 3.5 years. What has South Effingham meant to you? What let's talk about other things outside the softball field. South Effingham itself, the high school and the teachers. What are they meant to Alex Brown?
South Effingham is amazing. It's such an amazing school. I love it. All of my teachers have been amazing. Like, I've had such good teachers, and just really the atmosphere that's created here is amazing with athletics. We're a good athletic school, like you said, but other than that, have really good academics, and just the atmosphere here I just love it here. It's awesome.
Well, picking up on that, Alex, my last thing here is, one, you got to be a great student athlete to get to that level. College coaches don't recruit kids who are not good students. They might start recruiting them, but they won't finish recruiting them. So talk about your academics and what you're looking, to study when you get to Chapel Hill, because there's such a wide range variety. But you had to have great grades to get into Chapel Hill and be recruited at that level as a D1 athlete. But talk about a little bit, hey, what do you want to do in the future for Alex as softball progresses, but especially your academic part?
Mm-hmm. That is one of the reasons why I chose UNC, is the academic part. Both my parents are teachers, so I couldn't get away with not caring about academics. I've been pushing myself with AP classes and everything like that so that I can get prepared for college. About what I want to study, I'm still thinking about it, but maybe something related to business, or UNC has a large variety of really good degrees that I can choose from. So I've been still thinking about it and looking through them, but I know anything I choose there will be really valued.
Well, maybe you can after your 4 years of playing, you can stay on as a GA and go to their number one business school in the country, get your MBA there. I'm just saying, let them pay for a little bit more as a GA and get your MBA. I'm just saying. So
that's a good idea.
A little biased when it comes to you.
I mean, you have a little coaching in your blood too there, Alex. So once again, Alex Brown, our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Last question. You're a very quiet person, and I know that for a fact. And, you've matured into a beautiful, young, smart lady, talented lady. Tell the fans something that they don't know about Alex Brown besides your softball and your academic prowess.
Something about me.
I had to throw you a curveball or drop ball here, so.
Let's see. I mean, something interesting about me that most people don't know is that I'm in a concert band at my high school. So I can play percussion. I play, I can play the xylophone, a little bit of piano, some of the drums. So, not a lot of people know that about me.
Cool.
Academics, athletics, and the arts. What more do you want?
All around. She's got it.
Kevin Brown, Lynn Brown, you've done a good thing. Casey, you taught her well. Well, Alex, it's great to have you on. I've been dying to do this. I finally got the story up about you on the Prep Sports Report. Once again, keep it up. And once again, all I could say is I hope you get your whole senior year, that you do get your track season, because I know you're very good at that too. And I know that's a dream of yours to get back to the state championships in softball and track. Keep it up. And once again, go Tar Heels now.
Yes, sir. Go Tar Heels. Thank y'all.
Go Heels.
Hey, you going to play a little cornhole, or you going to just supervise it?
I'm about to go play right now, actually. Hopefully we'll win the tournament.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Get him, Alex.
I mean, I've watched her since she's been a young kid. I mean, I'm not joking with you. I walked in the room, she started crying, but it's grown over the years. She's, Casey, believe it or not, when I was coaching at Groves, Casey, her brother, and Christian Brown, she has 2 sons. They were my ball boys. Alex would come in, and it was just a great atmosphere at Groves High School with that whole family, with the whole atmosphere, and watching these kids grow. And Casey Brown, I can't say anything more. Here's a kid, senior year, Georgia College, batting over 400, 15 games into his senior year. They cut the season short. So he decided, though, He was going to go get his degree. He's got his business degree. He's going to grad school now. He's not going to go back and take that year that the NCAA said he could do. But once again, great family. She's a great kid. She's going to do big things up there at Chapel Hill, and such a beautiful campus.
Yeah, I mean, one, I'm just proud of one. You look at all our accolades. Super humble, super gracious, hardworking. I mean, it's a grind.
Oh yeah.
But you have to love it. You can tell she's so happy.
Yep.
You know, so happy. She's passionate about her school. She's passionate about what she does, and she's just an all-around great kid. Plays in her concert band in high school.
I didn't know that she was autistic. I mean,
it just shows. Like, don't pigeonhole yourself, guys. As student athletes, like you can do other things.
Do other things.
Yeah, do other things. Get involved in clubs. Get involved in drama and. Like, you just don't have to be the star athlete. There's so many things that, I mean, God giving you talent, go out there and do it. So congratulations. Look forward to great things as she finishes her, hopefully, your senior year out.
I mean, that's what's special about doing this. And I've been doing it now, of course, 20 years with the Prep Sports Report on and off. And then, of course, the last 10 years doing a radio show, an internet show, just getting these kids on and hearing their stories. And, it's always special watching them get to their next level. So we'll bring her back on maybe next year and get her a little experience being up there at UNC.
UNC stuff.
I did order a UNC powder blue polo from Under Armour, so I love the colors.
Good stuff, man.
So good stuff. Hey, let's talk lacrosse. The fastest game on 2 feet.
2 feet.
Slow down, Coach. The fastest game on 2 feet. New program at Calvary Day School. We've been also interviewing all new coaches. We had football coaches on. Not really new coaches, but Michael Moore getting a head coach job now again at Savannah High. Jeb Stewart, new coach over a head coach at Windsor Forest. We got to get Corey Phillips. He's taken over the beach program. But this young man was a Savannah Christian Raider, is now going to coach the Calvary Day School Cavalier lacrosse program. I mean, it's just amazing how these schools cross coaches, but the kids love what they do, and we love bringing these guys on. He's a Savannah Christian Red Raider graduate, but now he's the Calvary Day School head lacrosse coach. I don't want to blow his name. Burnham Smith. Coach Smith. That's how I'm going to – I can get it out. Yeah, Coach Smith joining us next on the Coach and AD on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be back in 3 minutes after this.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dining, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston Butts ribs and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. Don't forget, Saturday night at Soundgarden, it's the Big Engine Band. Tickets are from $10 to $20, so get yours fast. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Fuller at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at these Wetherington Chiropractic Clinics for all your chiropractic needs.
And once again, it's Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us, whatever you may be doing. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here in the Sound Garden at Coach's Corner, and it's presented every week by the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Remember, we have 2 shows on the Coach's Corner Sports Network on Facebook Live, Coach's Corner Facebook page, Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, and it's Rubbin' and Grubbin' every Wednesday night from 6 to 7. You can listen to Dan Foles and Brandon Baines do a great job. I think the Indy 500's tomorrow, isn't it?
Could be.
I think it is. I mean, I'm so used to it being in May. Check it out. Look it up for us, okay? And once again, we thank you for joining us. Whether it's 5 minutes, 15 minutes for a segment, it's all about all sports, all local, all the time. Karl DeMasi, Chad Griffin, we love being here. And we got another new kid on the block, another new coach. Told you, Indy 500 today. I said, no, tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, 23rd.
What
Sunday,
time?
23rd.
12 o'clock?
I'll work on that one.
Central time? But anyway, this young man grew up as a Savannah Christian Red Raider. But you know what? He has a lot of lacrosse talent, okay? He played lacrosse at Savannah Christian when they started their club team. Well, he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. 2012, he was the goalie. Tools of ignorance. Catcher? Yogi Berra used to say it. Well, it's the tools of ignorance when you want to stand behind the pipes in soccer. In soccer. Okay, in lacrosse or hockey, when people are kicking balls, throwing balls at you, shooting hockey pucks, you got to be a little crazy, okay? And they don't wear much. Well, they don't wear anything in soccer. They don't wear much in lacrosse either. Okay, so he's done a great job. He went on to Georgia Southern, remained in the game, came back, started coaching with Loco Sports, Low Country Lacrosse over there on Waters Avenue with Christian Harris. He loves the job, and this man got a brainstorm. Well, everybody else is starting lacrosse. Why not us? And we need someone that has a lot of experience. He's joining us now on the Coach's Corner Internet Hot Stream, the new lacrosse coach over at Calvary Day School, Burnham. Got it right?
Got it, man.
Burnham Smith. Hey, Coach, what's up?
How's it going, man? You got it, Karl. You got it down.
Yeah, well, sometimes, when you do this for a profession, I butcher kids' names in school because I can tell you some of the names I get. You don't want to do it on the radio or the internet, and I didn't want to do it. But once again, congratulations! You got your own program.
Thank you. I'm very excited, man. I'm looking forward to what the future holds, and like you said, me and Chad we're former goalies, so we know what it takes to get after the whole team when we need to.
So, all right. Well, I did this to Baker Woodward. Okay, when he came on. As the new Savannah Christian head football coach, who is a former Cavalier, who's a big-time athlete at Calvary.
Great
okay, you're coming over here. You're a big athlete student over at Savannah Christian. You're coming over to Calvary. Does that feel strange with the rivalry that you lived through?
Man, if you asked me that question a few years ago, probably, but I look at it as a great opportunity to start the rivalry. And, I am biased, but I think it's one of the best rivalries in Savannah, if not the state of Georgia. So, to be a part of that's going to be awesome. And, I wish the best for those guys over there, but I really do think God had a bigger plan, and it was at Calvary. So,
and before I let the AD throw some questions at you, all right, so tell us, you graduate from Savannah Christian, you're a goalie, you go over to Georgia Southern. How did you keep involved in the sport?
Well, I was really missing it my freshman year. I had some opportunities to maybe play, small schools, club ball somewhere, and then I passed those opportunities up, and I was really regretting it. There was an opportunity at Savannah Christian to, come on and can help them continue their season in I think 2015 it was. So, when that opportunity came, I jumped on it, and they drove from Statesboro to Savannah Christian every day. Thankfully, it's not too long of a drive down 16, but it was an easy decision when the call came to get back involved with it. And like you said, Christian Harris, as soon as I moved back from Savannah with Statesboro, I jumped into that, and I'm so thankful for him giving me the opportunity to work with the Hares. We're the Hawks Bills now, so looking forward to seeing Hayes Griffin in some Hawks Bills gear. He's going to look good, and I feel bad for whoever's going up against him.
So, Burnham, the biggest thing for me is, we're a little bit late to the party with lacrosse. And that was, I tell people all the time when Dick McAllister came to me several years ago about starting, I was like, man, that's great. But, I want to coach. I need money's great. And he's going, we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but man, find me a coach and we'll do it. Because I just didn't want to start it and not have someone anchoring the program. So give a little backstory here. So my son Hayes started playing lacrosse, probably when he was, 9, somewhere like that, 9 going into 10. And then Burnham started coaching him, a year or two later when he started playing, a little bit of travel. And I remember Hayes came in the car. He's like, Dad, he goes, I love this new coach. His name's Burnham, but we'll go on Coach Smith. And he goes, I love Coach Smith.
Sounds like me.
He's passionate. He's fiery. He's so enthusiastic. I love playing for him. And then I've just got to know, Burnham in the last couple of years coaching Hayes. And I'm like, listen, anybody that can impact my son like that, when he gets in a car and says, hey, man, I want to play for this guy. I want him to coach me. And I used to kid Burnham all the time. I knew he was a Savannah Christian grad. But the thing is, we talk about this a lot, Karl. Is all of our guys are interconnected. Right. He hung out and knew a lot of people at Calvary as well during his time at Christian. They're all friends anyhow. Right. And I said, listen, man, at some point, if you ever want to start a lacrosse program, you ever want to be a head coach, pick up the phone and call me. And what happens, Burnham?
I made that call, and it was I was glad he answered. And building off what you were saying about having someone to anchor it, when we started in 2012 at Savannah Christian, we had great coaches every year, but we had a different coach every year. And, God willing, I will be at Calvary for a very long time if they keep me around. But I'm really looking forward to being there for a long time and starting the program from the ground up and working with it every year and getting better and better. And guys like Hayes make it very, very easy to be passionate about the sport that I love. So I'm happy to be there, and Hayes has already done a good job. It sounds like I'm gonna have to start a middle school team this year too, because I've got so many guys that come up to me. What's that? What's that stick? I want to play. I want one. So I'm very excited for who's reached out and expressed interest so far, and that's at the middle and high school level. So I couldn't be happier.
Coach Dick McAllister, Benedictine, helped start the program over there with his son Ricky. God rest his soul. He's been such a proponent, such a force, the godfather of lacrosse here in Savannah, Georgia. You played it, and it's finally catching on. Why do you think it took so? I'm a guy that, of course, my luck, I grew up on Long Island where lacrosse is God, okay? And I go to a school that doesn't have lacrosse. When I get to college, I take the PE major course, and I fell in love with the game. And, of course, the professor was the head lacrosse coach for Nassau Community College. Why do you think it's taken so long for kids to start gravitating to this sport, Coach?
I think Savannah's kind of an odd area in that sense. You've got Atlanta that's a hotbed, and then you've got a bunch of people from up north that kind of just skip Georgia and go right down to Florida when they're ready to move or retire down there or whatnot and stuff like that. So I think it kind of got passed by. It can, and compared to some other places like that, like Jacksonville, Tallahassee's got some great lacrosse teams. But I think another thing, like we said, is you got to have someone who's going to stick around and wants to be there you can't just stick someone who doesn't have some lacrosse experience as a head coach and expect great results, I guess.
Right.
It really does. It's a different game. It's a combination of a little bit of everything. You've got the physicality of football here and there. You've got field vision. It's very similar to hockey. A lot of checks, people hitting you with a stick. But I think Savannah is going to be the next lacrosse hotbed, though. The way things are going with the guys like Dick McAllister supporting it, it's been growing every year. With Johnson getting a team 2 years ago, Coach Bryant over there is a great guy. I loved helping him out when they were getting started. And hopefully other schools will follow suit in Savannah, and that's what's best for the sport, man. And this starting the team at Calvary, I look at it as another opportunity to grow the game, man. And that's what it's all about to me. And if we can get Savannah on the map and start getting some guys that deserve to be recruited, then I'll be very happy.
And don't forget, we have a team at Islands too before Johnson.
Yes, sir. That's right.
But I had to go through Dick McAllister to get it going, and it's grown. The program is stable. We just got to find. I got to find a young man like you that wants to help Coach Mercer out and grow this program even better. So anyway, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. The Coach AD. We're talking to a new head coach over at Calvary Day School, Burnham Smith, and it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. AD, next question, throw it at him.
Yeah, so
take a shot at him. See if you can get the ball by him.
Probably not. But we're jumping right into the mix with Georgia High School, and talk a little bit about that. Hey, first year program, we're to school, we're throwing you into the fire, and just going at it. And that was really something you want to do as well. It wasn't me. I was kind of like, hey, how you want to start this? Do we want to start on the JV level? Do we want to jump into Georgia High School and go? Do we want to start in the skis and stuff? What's your thoughts? Because that's why I hired you. Is hey, it's not what I want. Is what do you want, and what do you think's best on how we can go? And you said, hey, Coach, I want to jump right into Georgia High School and get going and get playing, because so email Tommy Whittle, say, hey man, we got lacrosse. I got a coach. Put us in the area and let's go. So talk about that a little bit, Burnham.
Well, I think doing it any other way, playing in any other league, I really think this is the best opportunity for our guys to see the level we need to be on. And I also think, like we said, with the region, there being so many new teams, I really do think we have a chance to compete right off the bat in our region. I'm buying in, and I believe in myself, and I've got one great lacrosse player there already that's played for the Hawksbills and Henry Fowler. So, I'm really giving him a lot of responsibilities this year, and and he's ecstatic, and he's done a great job recruiting and seeing, like I said, seeing some of the guys, Casey Ricks, Robert Morgan. I was talking to Troy Ford after the game last night, and he told me he'd think about it. So if I can get some of those guys out on the field, man, I'm not worried about it at all. and when I get Hayes in 2 years, we'll be a serious problem.
Well, that's what that's the one thing I thought was vital to having a coach is having someone on staff who can walk the hallways, be in the classrooms. Like I was working on the field, around the field yesterday, and at flex time, I see 3 kids out there with sticks that I've never seen play a sport before, but they're out there with lacrosse sticks, throwing it around. I'm like, here we are, like a week into it, and I've never seen lacrosse stick at Calvary, and now there's kids out there with sticks at flex, just tossing the ball around, trying to learn how to do stuff. So talk about that a little bit. Hey
man, it's I love seeing that stuff too, and that's why I do it, man. And I've been able to put sticks in hands, from kids as young as 6 all the way up to seniors who, don't have a spring sport. I don't want to take any of Coach Griffin's soccer guys or Coach Lee's baseball guys, but there are some guys who aren't doing anything in the spring, and lacrosse complements football very, very well. Any football players that do play lacrosse will be in much better shape than their teammates, and I can promise Coach Stroud that. I keep letting him know, but yeah, it's it's a great way to stay in shape in the off season.
All right, this is my last question for you. New coach, new program. Tell us about your philosophy. What are you going to expect the Cavaliers to do when they put on that lacrosse jersey with the purple and gold and the helmet, of course?
Yes, sir. I think it really just is Calvary's theme too. You know, I want to see my guys walk the walk, and that's one thing that I've seen at Calvary. It's not just, you know, with faith and all this COVID stuff going on. You know, it's easy to talk about, and it's very, very hard to walk that walk and implement it. And man, we've been working hard this week with all the masks and everything, but you know, I want them to walk the walk, and I want them to be men of faith, and you know, that comes first. Obviously, academics is right after that. You know, and it's going to be tough the first year. It is, you know, but if I can help them and be a positive influence and maybe help them learn from some of the mistakes that I've made, then I'll be very happy with this year. And as long as I can make a difference in some of those guys' lives, that's what it's about, man.
Yeah, so, hey, Burn, man, we appreciate you. We're super excited about having you at Calvary, and also, you know, you're staying involved with local lacrosse as well. You talked about the Hawksbills. We had Christian on, and he talked about the switch over to Sweet Lax and what that is going to mean. So just real quickly before we get off here, talk about that, just a little bit of what that change over to Sweet Lax is going to allow for the development of here lacrosse in Savannah and as these high school kids come up from a recruiting standpoint.
Man, I think it's huge. You know, Sweet Lax is a very established lacrosse program, I guess you could call them now. They have multiple teams in Florida. They've got an upstate New York team. They've sent us so many videos since we've you know, become part of Sweet Lax, just coaching videos and reaching out to us, doing Zoom calls, stuff like that. And you know, they're not interested in just having another team on the Sweet Lax roster. They are truly interested in getting kids recruited and getting kids to the next level. And, you know, that's what it's going to do for these kids. It's going to give them that opportunity to, you know, get the looks that they might not have gotten just as the Hares and playing in tournaments and, you know, just kind of throwing your highlight tape out there and hoping someone sees it. And what's great about Sweet Lax is we've got regional teams. We've got local teams, area teams like the Hawksbills. We've got regional teams like Team South Carolina, and then you've got, you know, teams that compete all the way around the country. So it's very exciting. I'm hoping some of our Hawksbill guys are going to try out. It sounds like they are for the regional team, and I'm sure they're going to make it.
And I got a little, I guess, convincing point to Coach Stroud. Tell him that one of the greatest NFL football players carried a stick in college and was probably considered one of the greatest lacrosse players ever. You know what I'm talking about?
Bo Jackson.
Okay, but one better than that.
Who's that?
Jim Brown.
Oh, yeah, Jim Brown. That's right. Jim
Brown, the man out of Manhasset, New York, Manhasset High School, New York. Unbelievable football player. He was a man amongst boys. I mean, I told Chad this story. When I was the head football coach on Long Island in East Rockaway, we had the old 8mm films, and there was one there from 1957, Manhasset against East Rockaway. It was Jim Brown senior year. I wish I would have kept it. But then for him to go on to Syracuse, upstate New York, big lacrosse program, the man, I mean, he could play on the football field. He could play on the lacrosse field. And he says it. Lacrosse made him a better athlete. So tell Coach that. He's a little younger than me, but he's an old guy. He'll know about Jim Brown.
He will. I'm sure he will. And you know, Coach Stroud and guys like Coach Griffin have been a great influence so far. So I'm very happy to be there, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds. And I really appreciate you guys having me on. Remember, no slipping, no go Raiders. It's go Cavaliers. I'm all purple. I'm bleeding purple now, man. That's in the past.
Berman, we'll catch up on Monday again. And we threw Berman in the fire last night. We told him to get Calvary, man. You will wear a lot of different hats. And so he started running the game day board last night. Nice. So he was a little bit on edge because it's the first game, but he did a great job. Listen, I tell anybody that's younger than me, anybody that's younger than me is more tech savvy. You're more tech savvy than me. But anybody younger than me is tech savvy. I called Gordon. I said, hey, just train Burnham. Burnham figured it out. He said, these young people are tech people. They grow up with it. He can figure it out, and he did. They trained him up in like less than 3 hours and report for us last night.
Yeah, it was great. I was just Just worried about the music I was playing. Tried to keep it clean and all that good stuff.
Listen, man, that playlist was made by a pastor. So Pastor Phillips, he made the playlist. Don't worry about the playlist.
Okay. Good stuff, man. But
congratulations, Burnham. I know you're going to do a great job, and I'm going to be picking your brain about maybe finding another young guy like you that might want to come out and help with the Islands Lacrosse program. So I've got some suggestions. Work that out.
I've got some suggestions, man. Please reach out.
You're going to get a phone call.
Sounds good. I'll be looking forward to it, Karl.
Appreciate it.
No problem, guys. Have a great day.
Yep.
I mean, you gotta love having young guys. I mean, that's what it's all about now. Is you got to get a coach or a teacher that can relate to relate to these kids now. When I first started teaching back in the day, now I can say back in the day, okay, I was only like 8-9 years older than the guys I was coaching, and I can relate to them. I can understand their lingo. I can understand what they're doing. Nowadays, though, you got to find someone. I mean, because the lingo's changed, the culture's changed. I mean, you're dealing with a lot of social media, the internet, like you said. I mean, you're lucky. You got a great guy right there.
My thing was, and Dr. Chadwick talked about this coming in.
Hunter Chadwick to me, Dr. Chadwick to him. No, I'm only joking, Dr. Chadwick. I'm only joking. I couldn't find you yesterday either.
So
I heard he was mingling with the crowd.
He's constantly moving, man. He is not. He's never in one place. He's like that at school. He doesn't have an office at school.
Right.
He doesn't have an office, so he's constantly moving. So
he had 35,000 steps. Chadwick probably had 45,000 steps.
Probably. And
so go ahead.
But
what were you going to tell him?
The first thing he talked about was, listen, we hire someone because yes, we want to know their background degrees, but listen, if they're not relational and we don't feel like they can impact kids, like I don't care how many layers they have behind their names. I don't care what the degree is. We will start with relational, and that was my biggest thing. And I knew it from the time my son got in the car that day, that, hey, this is a guy, if we ever get a chance, kids are finicky about coaches now.
Yes.
And they're going to be completely honest about it. There's no filter when it comes to coaches
there's
and
not.
young kids.
No teachers, too. They'll tell you like it is.
He'll tell you. He's like, listen, man. He's like, Dad, if we ever get a chance. And then he told me the next thing was, I don't care if we don't win a game. If we can start lacrosse, I'm playing.
Nice.
And so, that's the impact that these guys have had. And having someone on staff who's passionate, who's fired up about it, you can't teach those things. You have it or you don't. And it was an easy decision for us. And listen, we know we're going to take some bumps in the front end, but I know the direction that Burn wants to go. I know the impact he's going to have on kids' lives, and we're seeing it already.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are just things you can't. You have it or you don't, man.
Yep.
We're glad to have Burnham.
All right, so we started the show with 3 steps off the top. Now we're going to come back with 3 steps out the door. Got to thank our sponsors. Once again, thanks, Coach Smith, Burnham Smith. Great job. And once again, Calvary's got a good guy to run that lacrosse program. Well, it's the coach and the AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's Saturday morning, live from the Sound Garden on the Coach's Corner campus. But we don't get no food. I mean, we're part of this Coach's Corner Sports Network. John Henderson, come on, Kabish, give us a little treat out here. I mean, I could smell the smoke going. No, I'm only joking, but it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be right back to wrap the show up. Hey, all sports, all the time, all local, all food all the time. That's the name of my game, and of course, fun all the time.
We're in the center of the sports universe.
There we go. The center of the sports universe and the center of sports food. Abundant pub food.
Is all sports all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are now open for dine-in lunch and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and the Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston Butts ribs and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. Don't forget, Saturday night at Sound Garden, it's the Big Engine Band. Tickets are from $10 to $20, so get yours fast. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Coach and AD. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday morning. We've been doing this now for almost 4 months, and it's been a lot of fun. Once again, it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, presented by Coach's Corner. We got to thank John Henderson for letting us do this here every Saturday morning. I thought we'd be inside by now, but you know what? I like being out here.
Well, we've been very fortunate. Most Saturdays we've had some cloud cover.
Cloud cover, baby.
Cloud cover. You know, I remember those early days, man. That sun would be kicking right through about now, and but we had some cloud cover. So, man, we're coaches. We're used to being
We're used to this.
We're used to being outside.
So, all right, before we get to 3 steps out the door, where we grill each other, 3 questions out the door. Once again, we got to thank our guests, Savannah Hochman, Kyle Hockman, head football coach at New Hampstead High School. His daughter has just been named, she started July 1st as the director of football operations at Savannah State. She's going to do a great job. Sean Quinn said she's going to take a load off the coaching staff. You know, she's going to do all the, the dirty work. I mean, eligibility, recruiting, scheduling meetings, and where they're going when they're on away trip. So once again, Savannah Hochman, football in her blood. And remember the name, Bailey Hockman is the redshirt quarterback at North Carolina State. You might see her there. Her father played there. He finished his career at Bowling Green. Now, grandfather, I didn't say this, is inducted into the Ohio Football Coaches Hall of Fame. Pretty impressive. So Savannah Hoffman. Then, of course, got to thank the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Got to thank Dr. Bart Wetherington. Got to thank Lisa Wetherington for supporting me since day one. And, of course, out of South Effingham High School, she committed to play softball at University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill way back in December. She's the leadoff hitter. She does a great job. Alex Brown, she did a great job on the interview. And then, of course, the new Calvary Day School head coach, Burnham.
Like burn. Like
Burnham.
fire.
I got it. Burnham Smith, new Calvary Day School head lacrosse coach. So once again, and of course, to all our sponsors, Rocky's New York Deli, Thompson Sporting Goods, Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, Calvary Day School, Coach's Corner. Thank you for letting us do this every Saturday morning. All right, it's time for 3 steps out the door. Last week, I grilled him with some sports trivia. Let's see what he's got for the old ball coach here.
I'm coming back today, and I think you're going to easily get these. I'm going to give you some baseball trivia because you're a baseball guy. That's your game. But I think you're. I didn't want to make them too hard.
I need my old who's on First Major League Baseball podcast show host Kyle Lawson.
I know
the guy was like 100 out of 100. So
we got to get him.
We got to get him on.
Back on. All right. So first one, super. I think it's easy. But against what opposing team did Babe Ruth hit his first career home run?
It's got to be the Yankees.
You're right. Now, as a bonus to that, do you know how much he was traded for? What was the dollar amount he was traded for?
He was traded so Mr. Ziegfeld can keep his Broadway show going, the Ziegfeld Follies. I want to say like $35,000.
$125,000. But still, like a mere during that. I mean, a mere.
That $125,000 is probably worth about $1.5 million now. Ooh. So Ziegfeld Follies. That's why the good old Boston owner sold him to the Yankees.
Oh my gosh.
Colonel Rupert.
Oh my goodness. All right. Who was the first major? I didn't know this.
Okay.
Who was the first? I thought it might be this person, but who was the first major league pitcher to hit the 100-mile-an-hour mark?
Oof. Oh, there's so many guys.
You want me to give you like multiple choice?
No. I got to go with I don't know. I got to go with J.R. Richard from the Houston Astros.
No, Nolan Ryan.
On
September 7th, 1974, in a game against the White Sox, California Angels pitcher Nolan Ryan became the first player to break the 100-mile-an-hour barrier when one of his pitches was officially clocked at 100.8 miles.
Yeah, J.R. Richards was after him. I knew that.
Hey, I wouldn't have. I didn't know Nolan threw. I knew he threw like high to mid-90s, but I did not realize.
He has a World Series ring. You know that.
But I didn't know he was the first.
Who does he have the World Series ring with?
It's not the Astros.
Nope.
It's not the
Mets. New York Mets. He was a rookie.
Yeah.
1969.
On the same staff as the Seaver, right?
Yep. The amazing Mets. I mean, I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. I was a big Met fan. I love Tom Seaver. I love Nolan Ryan, Jerry Kuzman, John Matlack. I'm giving you the whole bullpen.
Oh, yeah.
Jim McAndrew out of the bullpen. Tug McGraw, you got to believe.
Oh, yeah.
You know the McGraw name? Okay. Who's the famous singer now, McGraw?
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw's dad?
Yeah.
Bad relationship, though. But anyway, he was a rookie back in '69. And then when the Mets sold, and I'm giving you baseball trivia, when the Mets sold Tom Seaver to the Cincinnati Reds,
I'm
done.
That was the day, huh?
I went to the dark side. I went to the New York Yankees. I still root for the Mets, but I have a little more.
They're 12-14. They're starting.
I still have a little.
They're starting to knock on the door.
I know. I still.
No one's running away at the East.
That blue and orange is still in me.
It's still in you. But that was your day that.
Yep.
Kind of. I get it, man.
Like my father-in-law, when the Steinbrenner kicked Yogi Berra out again.
That was it.
That was it. He went to the Mets. So.
All right, last one here. All right. This gives it away. I'm not going to tell you who he managed because I think you'll get it. But he was ejected from a Major League record 91 games. All right. He was ejected from, and he also got ejected from both games of a doubleheader. Who do you think that was?
I know he was always getting in the umpire's face. There's two of them that I always remember growing up. One, of course, was Billy Martin from the New York Yankees and Earl Weaver from the Baltimore Orioles. Earl Weaver. And, once again, I grew up loving colors, the blue and orange with the Mets, the black and orange with the Orioles, because the high school I went to, the colors were black and orange. Earl Weaver, baby.
That was him.
And who'd the Mets beat in the 69 World Series? Earl Weaver.
91 games and back-to-back in the doubleheader. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I still know a little baseball trivia, but I'm telling you right now, Kyle Lawson, if you're watching, you're the king of baseball trivia.
The other one I was going to ask you was the diameter of a baseball. Would you know that?
No, I don't know that.
9 inches.
9 inches?
I was going to ask you that, and
I was going to say 26 centimeters.
Diameter of a basketball.
That's got to be like 24, 28, or I don't know. I'm not a math guy.
Yeah, I'm not.
Just give me the ball and I'll play with it. I'll throw a baseball. I'll shoot a basketball. I'll even throw a lacrosse ball. I'll shoot a hockey puck. Golf.
I've seen you. What's the when we had Harko on, the thing you swung?
Oh, hurling. Irish hurling.
Yeah, you did that. You scooped it and hit it.
But that, like Coach Burnham Smith said from Calvary Day School. I mean, lacrosse is a combination of baseball, combination of hockey, combination of soccer, combination of basketball, combination of football. You love to hit. Lacrosse is a sport that you got to watch out. You don't get hit.
Oh, yeah. You better pay attention.
They take you out. They take you out. So, well, we'll be back Wednesday night with Wednesday Night Live. Don't forget, also follow me on the Prep Sports Report. A lot of great stories coming in. Coaches, if you're watching, please send me your scores. Please give me a little insight. I'm telling you right now, I get it out there the same day you send it to me, and that's what my goal is, to get more information about our local kids. Once again, football is going to happen. Georgia High School, September 4th, we're going to have football. We saw it with the scrimmages that have gone on recently here in Savannah, Georgia, Benedictine, Calvary, Richmond Hill, and Effingham, the Savannah area. It's going to happen, people. We're going to have football, but you gotta wear your mask. You gotta wear your mask. You gotta wash your hands. I'm taking away his little ending here, but
no, man.
You gotta. I mean, especially adults. You want these kids to play. You want to get out of the house. I'm telling you, and I'm not blowing my own bubble here. Okay, Thursday night, I went to the Bananas game. Went to watch my son play. His girlfriend's father from South Carolina came across the bridge to watch, and he said, the first thing he said to me, it's just great being out here. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Wear your mask, do the right thing, and we're going to enjoy sports again. And, I know the Falcons, the first 2 home games are going to be on TV, but you know what? It's better than nothing. Hey, NBA, even though we have all this talk about the NBA and, the ratings and all this other stuff, they haven't had one case of the COVID virus in that bubble. Now, football, baseball, it's tough to be in a bubble. Okay, it's tough.
They're trying. They're trying, though. I mean, they're trying. And, really, look at the last couple of weeks with baseball. Right. Things are getting better. I think players are understanding the repercussions that, hey, if I go out on my own, if I go do this or do that and don't really stay in this bubble type deal. So, listen, facts are something's probably going to happen at some point. But, hey, do the things that you can control. Control the controllables. Wear your mask, wash your hands, hand sanitizer, try to keep social distance, when you can. Those things, we are not – we know it's hard to social distance in athletics, especially playing a sport. But, hey, try to just, think of everybody else before yourself from this standpoint. And what's going on with Soundgarden tonight? Who's here?
The Big Engine. The Big Engine Band. Woo-hoo. They'll be here tonight. There's tickets on sale, so make sure you go to Eventbrite, Coach's Corner Facebook page, go to the events, or go to coaches.net, coachescorner.net. You can find them there, and it'll be a packed house here in the Soundgarden tonight. And we got to thank John Henderson and Adele Henderson for letting us do this every week. So remember, it's supposed to start out from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., but we're going from 9 a.m. to 10:30, maybe a quarter to 10, a quarter to 11. But right here on Facebook Live, on Twitter Live, on YouTube Live, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. You can watch the Coach and the
AD.
So enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you may be doing. Always hit it out of the park. Until we talk to you on Wednesday, may be your best week ever. So we're out of here. Go ahead, tell them what they got to do.
Yeah, wear your mask, wash your hands, take care of others.
And we're at the center of the sports universe.
Center of sports universe.
God bless.
Coach's Corner
is all sports all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach